Impact review. I just want to let you know it's been like 3 years since I did an actual Impact review, and I think the last one that I ever did was Bobby Roode and Jeff Hardy in some sort of title match. I think, if I remember correctly, if I go back and look at the videos. Yeah, this is the very first Impact review since 2011. So, bear with me. It's been a while. I've been in and out with TNA in the past, God knows how many years. Just bear with me on this one. Okay, so the show opened up with Dixie Carter, because I had to, because it involves the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. AJ Styles has the original, and Magnus is the newer champion, so they're doing the whole WWE angle with two titles, one champion thing. But, you know, in a weird way, they're doing a lot better than WWE is. I'll give them that. And they're doing the Summer Punk thing better than WWE did. So I'll give them that too. But yeah, you know, the whole thing with Dixie Carter and AJ Styles, she's kind of iffy with the whole microphone thing, and she's trying to be evil, and she's not really pulling it off that well. But, you know, of course she says, AJ Styles, I'm done with you. I don't want to talk about you no more. I'm not going to waste my breath on you. Blah, blah, blah. And then out comes AJ Styles, and she's like, all I want you to do is sign the damn contract for one night only and get the hell out. So, of course, you know, AJ Styles cuts a quick promo on her, calling her stupid, and that he's going to walk away tonight and walk out those doors. TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the undisputed TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and then Magnus comes out. He tells Dixie Carter to leave, Magnus does, in a weird way, and she does. She leaves, sort of. And Magnus and AJ pretty much cut a promo saying, you know, I'm better than you, or no, I'm better than you, blah, blah, blah. You know, one of us is going to walk away no matter what. And then in the end, someone's going to be World Heavyweight Champion. Will it be Magnus, or will it be AJ Styles? You'll find that out later on in this review. To the tag team action, the Bromans, your tag team champions. The Bromans with Zema Ion. It was Bromans versus Joseph Park and Eric Young, but before the, I guess in between the match, from what I was paying attention to, is that ODB, Eric Young's wife, was being jumped in the back by Lady Tapa and Gail Kim. And so that made Eric Young leave the match, and it was just Joseph Park all by himself getting the shit kicked out of him by the Bromans. Of course, they beat him. You know, the Bromans beat Joseph Parks and Eric Young, but then they decided to go a little hardcore for God knows what reason. They broke down a guardrail, they threw it in the ring, and then they gave him the bro down, which is pretty much, you know, stupid. And the whole time I heard this match, all I heard was that stupid blowhorn that Zema Ion has. Oh, you know, for a good 5 minutes, I wanted to take my hand, reach to the screen, and squeeze the shit out of Zema Ion's neck. Because it was so annoying to hear on my TV. I was just like, ugh. But then, soon after, you know, it cuts to Eric Young and ODB. He's carrying ODB out of the arena, and here comes Sting. Sting's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Why is she going to the hospital? And he said, well, she's been beat up, blah, blah, blah. Backstage brawl. And then it just cuts to commercial, and yeah. Samoa Joe sighting. Him and Dixie Carter were pretty much talking, you know, like, since AJ Styles has got a good portion of the boys backstage to help him out for this match coming up tonight. Oh, by the way, it's a no disqualification match between AJ and Magnus. I forgot to say that. Whew. Glad I got that out of the way. But Samoa Joe is pretty much telling Dixie Carter, like, look, bitch, no matter what, I'm going to be behind AJ Styles. I'm going to help him out. And you can't stop me. And he said, try to stop me. And she's like, yeah, she set him up for a match against EC3, her nephew. Finally, Joe got a match. And the match was okay. It was slow-paced. And, you know, it's the first match in a long time for Samoa Joe. In my opinion, I haven't seen Samoa Joe wrestle in months. Months. And the whole match, you know, well, yeah, well, you know, for this match, you know, EC3 kind of got himself disqualified. He grabbed a crowbar and smashed the shit out of Joe's leg, and he walked away with, what the fuck's that guy's name? Rockstar Spud, that little midget, skinny prick British dude. What do they call him? The Chief of Staff? Is that who he is? The Chief of Staff, if I remember correctly? That Rockstar Spud. But yeah. It was just, ugh. Those kinds of things. You saw that whole thing coming anyway. But yeah, Samoa Joe won via disqualification. At least he was in the match. Can't complain. If there was ever any question in anybody's mind, who should be holding the briefcase for the World Heavyweight Championship match, then you gotta give it to Gunner. I mean, I would rather see Gunner win the world title because he has never been a world champion yet. He's been, I think he was a tag team champion, I think. But, of course, James Storm, he's a crowd favorite too. But James Storm, I think they're teasing a heel for James Storm, or they're teasing a heel for Gunner. And I don't know. James Storm pretty much wants a rematch, put the briefcase on the line. If you're a man, Gunner, do it. So yeah, Gunner, he agrees. He's fine. I'll prove it. I can do it again. So next week at Genesis, we get Gunner and James Storm for the World Heavyweight Champion briefcase. I mean, it's a 50-50 with this match. I mean, you can have James Storm win it and then cash it in quickly at Genesis against Magnus. I'd do it, get Magnus, or have Gunner keep it, wait until Slammiversary, cash it in then, and go out with a big bang for the summer. That's how it should be done, hopefully. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, yeah, Gunner may keep it, or James Storm might do a dick move and take it from him and win. And, it's going to create another feud for James Storm and Gunner. It's going to probably lead up to a feud between them two. Who knows? But I'm liking this so far. Kurt Angle. Man, oh man. I see this guy getting off his rocker pretty much. He's got a cage match with Bobby Roode next week at Genesis. And on Impact this week, he issued an open challenge steel cage match to prove that, he can brawl with the best of them even before his actual match. So, Bobby Roode comes out, and he does probably what every heel has ever done in their entire life, coming out to a challenge. Like, they come out with their ring attire ready, and they cut that, well, you want me now? Well, let's go now. And all of a sudden, he's like, no, screw it. I picked your opponents. And he picked his friends in Ego, Kazarian and Daniels. A 2-on-1 steel cage match. The match was alright. It was actually okay. Show Kurt Angle how slow he is anymore, and that he can go, but he can't go like he used to. He's not the wrestling machine anymore. He's just, I don't know what you would call him, like a 45-plus man that can barely, like he can go, like I said, even he can't go. But the match was alright. They kept it slow. They had some spots. It was great. Of course, Kurt Angle got the win. And I guess that's the way it should have happened. Kurt Angle going out strong with the challenge. But like I said, the match, I was watching Kurt Angle, and I thought back to his WWE days. How fast and quick and equipped he was to get back in the game. And he wasn't like taking heavy, deep breaths in the middle of the match. He wasn't even like 5 minutes into that match, and he was already, whew. But, yeah, I gotta give it to Kurt Angle for being 45 plus and still going, I guess. He's no Undertaker, that's for sure. I'm kind of wondering, where are they going with this Sting and Dixie thing? Throughout the entire fucking show, they had backstage brawls, beatdowns, and it's always showing Sting trying to check it out, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And he runs across Dixie Carter. And he pretty much confronts her. He's like, dude, what the hell's going on? What is wrong with you? Putting hits out on all the wrestlers, And she's like, well, she's pushing her weight around, she says. And she can make and break anybody. That's what she says. But Sting was pretty much pissed off. He was pretty much sick of her crap. And, you know, in a way, this could set up for Sting, maybe. I'm not saying it's going to friggin' happen, but maybe him leaving TNA, going to WWE just for the one WrestleMania moment, and then coming back to TNA. But you never know. But, like, this whole segment, they kept teasing the simple fact that Sting might leave. He told Dixie Carter that, you know, I don't want your damn money. I don't need your damn money. Because she was saying, oh, it's that time of year again where your contract is in. Questioning, and watching that segment, ooh. In my mind, I'm thinking, you know, they're trying to tease a old sleeping with the enemy kind of thing. But with her saying that she can fill his pockets deeper, how is it that she can put money in Sting's pocket, but she can't find the money to give AJ Styles? Everybody wonder that? I wonder that. I was like, well, how can she fill or make the contract a little better for Sting? Make more money for Sting, and you lose a guy like AJ Styles because you had no money. Anybody find that interesting? Because I did. Actually, after the whole segment with Sting and Dixie, she pretty much, after the cage match with, you know, that Kurt Angle just had, she had the cage set up. Left it alone because she threw Sting versus Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode wasn't too happy about that, I guess, but who cares? But it was actually a pretty good match. I enjoyed this match because it was Bobby Roode, man, the it factor of TNA versus the Icon Sting. That's a good match. It was pretty good, you know, slow-paced, but it wasn't too damn slow. At least you got something out of the damn match. And of course, you had Rockstar Spud and EC3 run down to the ring. They gave Bobby Roode a baton. It's a cage match. There's no disqualifications in cage matches, so I don't see why EC3 would distract the referee for Bobby Roode to have a weapon. It's kind of stupid. But anyway, Bobby Roode won. He walked out of the cage because, you know, he struck Sting in the back and stunned with the baton. I didn't understand why you need to distract a referee with a fucking cage match. It's a cage match. No disqualification. You're using weapons of all kinds. Who needs to distract a referee? Sorry. I just didn't understand that. So, figure it out. The whole thing with Mr. Anderson and Bully Ray. The whole douchebag look that Bully Ray has. The hoodie and the sunglasses and talking on the, you know, ominous, being stupid. Well, it got stupider this week. I swear to God. The stupidity of TNA when it comes to their segments and how they want to set things up. They were in a funeral home and man. You got Bully Ray sitting in a far back pew. And you got a casket in the front. And he's talking to Mr. Anderson. And he's like, well, I got something for you. It's in the casket. And, you know, Mr. Anderson goes and he picks up whatever's in the casket and turns around and mysteriously Bully Ray disappears. I really want this feud to be over with. Because, you know, I don't want Bully Ray on TV anymore. Schleg Daddy's right. He does not need to be on TV. He's not your world champion. He's got nothing to do. Aces and Eights is over. And he's bitching about losing Aces and Eights. End it. End it already. Quit putting Bully Ray and Mr. Anderson on TV for no goddamn reason. If they're not going to have a match week in and week out, don't put it on TV. But they will have a match at Genesis. I can't remember if they said if they're going to do disqualification or if it's just going to be one of them regular ass matches. But hopefully this match at Genesis ends it. Because before Bully Ray disappeared, he's like Genesis in a weird way. It's kind of the beginning. I hope it's the fucking end. Main event time. AJ Styles, Magnus. No disqualification match for both world titles. Now, in the beginning, when they were talking about no disqualification, I knew in the back of my mind, I knew it was going to be chaos upon chaos upon chaos. All of Dixie Carter's goons, you got Bromance, Ego, Bobby Roode, who else was out there? Rockstars, but all of Dixie Carter's, her goons, or whatever you want to call them, were out there beating the shit out of AJ Styles, and only Sting was making the save on any of this. And poor Earl Hebner, he tried to play this so well. He's like, I'm not counting. He was like, 1, 2, yeah, every time. And then eventually, Earl Hebner left. He's like, fuck this, dude, I'm out. So what they do, they bring in Brian Hebner, his son. And he was doing the same thing. He's like, the fuck, man? They're like, he would do the whole slow count too, or he'd do like a really quick, maybe. And then they fucking threw him out. And then eventually, you know, whole AJ Styles is getting the shit kicked out of him the entire time. Yeah, AJ Styles tried to fight back, but, you know, in the end, eventually, he was defeated by Magnus. So now, Magnus is your undisputed TNA World Heavyweight Champion. This is good, at least, for now. Let's see where they go with it. I mean, because AJ Styles is now in ROH. He's dealing with the indie scene again. Not making the same amount of money, but I can see why they had Magnus win. They needed a homegrown champion as well. So, in a way, this was good. But it was also bad. The worst part of the whole entire thing was the referee thing. It was just horribly done. Everything else was fine. Crash TV, whatever. That was great. But in the end, you do have Magnus as your TNA Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. And as far as next week goes, we'll see what they do with it. Because I think within like next month or so, they'll be going across seas. And I don't think we'll have TNA for a while. I think we can air it in America. I'm not really sure how they do the European tour. But I hope it's like when WWE goes over there, they air it on American TV. So, I don't know. But yeah, this is the very first TNA review I have done in almost 3 years. Bear with me. It'll get better. I promise. Pretty sure the Schleg Daddy from the Off the Rope Show is going to do a little better than me because he's done it more and he knows the product better. But. He won't do SmackDown reviews. I will do SmackDown reviews, so keep it locked in for here for TNA and SmackDown. I'll let him do the Raw reviews and pay-per-view reviews because I'm not going to buy no damn pay-per-view. No. Alright guys, thanks for watching Mike VTV. Keep it locked for your TNA and SmackDown reviews and whatever else we decide to do. But alright guys, till next week. Peace.